Kia ora, this is Mr. Wilson taking you through the cashbook and how do we use a cashbook. This one here I've sent out through to you, so what I'd like you to do is just go down into these cells and type the answers. So on the 1st of July, for example, you've got a balance here in your cash of $450 and a balance in your bank account of $100. So that's what you'll type. If you put your mouse over it, it tells you that the answers are on page 59 in your book. So what I'd like you to do is go through in date order and state what happens on each date. We've got all these different things, and you're just going to type a narration about what happens. So do that first, press pause on the video, and then we'll come back and do the second question. So the second question is activity 4 on page 62. And what you're going to do on this one is going to enter the information in the cash book. I've already put the dates in there, so that makes things easy for you to start. So if you can type in as I'm going along and work with me on it, great for this one because you can pause, go back, play slowly, just give yourself a bit of time. So we're going through, if you look at page 62, part 2, activity 4, we're going to enter these transactions in. Firstly, the opening balance. In cash, we've got an opening balance of $3,500. So we type there balance and BD. That stands for bought down. And we've got 3,500 in our cash account. And for the bank account, we've got a balance BD brought down, and that figure is 360. It's on the credit side here. Normally a bank account will have a debit balance because it's an asset, as cash has here. But in this case, bank is on the credit side because it's an overdraft. We've got a negative figure in the bank. So therefore, it's on the credit side. An overdraft, it's a liability. We owe this money back to the bank. Then we're just going to bowl through and do each transaction. So the next transaction is cash sales paid directly into the bank. Now, key for this is the debit side is plus and the credit side is minus. All right, so if it's paid directly into the bank, it's going to be added to the bank account. So on the side, we're going to put what it's for, and then into the bank account, because that's where it said it goes, I'm going to put $500. You've finished the 6. On the 14th, we paid suppliers Eldorado by check. So if we pay them, is that money coming into the bank account or out? Got a bit of a clue on the date there, it's out. So we're going to put there, we've got Eldorado. And because it's coming out of the bank account, that's what a check will do, take it out of the bank. We put in the out column. So again, in, debit side, out, credit side. You also see there's a cash sales of $600, also on the 14th. So we're going to write sales, we don't write cash, because when we put it into the cash account, it tells us it's cash sales. So these ones here will be as they appear in the ledger. We put in capital Alpha Eldorados. Eldorado being somebody we owe money to, a supplier, and that will reduce how much we owe them. So that's the credit is to bank, the debit will be to the Eldorado creditor, which means we owe them less. On the 18th, we received and banked a check from Monique, a debtor, for $600. So if we receive money, that's got to go on the receive side. So that's the side. I'm going to write Monique there. And the amount we received from here was $600. Careful, it's got to go into the bank because he banked a check. And then also on the 18th, we paid wages in cash. Ooh, I hate this because wages in cash is not a good business practice. Normally, we like to do an automatic payment straight over at a bank. That way, we've got evidence of it. But this is IGCSE, and they're going to do it for cash. So we're going to take it out of our cash account in here. On the 21st, Monique's check for $600 was returned unpaid by the bank. So see the 600 here? That came back from us. So we're going to put that back to Monique. And 600. That means that Monique probably didn't have enough money into account, so the cheque bounced. And so we thought it went into a bank, but in actual fact, the bank didn't accept it. So it's got to go back out of the bank. Bit of a tricky one, that one. We deposited $600 into the bank. So we're going to put into the bank 600. And it's going to come out of the cash. We're going to write a C there. C meaning contra. Contra means it goes against. So here into our bank account, we've put 600. And it's got to come out of our cash account. C for contra. Oh, try that again. And this one, I'm going to put a C for contra. If it went into the cash account, where did it come out of? Sorry, if it went out of the cash account, where did it go into? And that's the bank. So basically, we've got money coming out of the cash account and into the bank account. Put a C on each to show that it's a contra. On the 21st, we received in bank, what have we got? Paid rent $300 by cash on the 28th, so we just write rent and paid it by cash. So it's coming out of the cash account, so it's on the credit side. And then deposited all cash over a sum of $100 into the bank. So again, that's going to be another contra one on the 31st. So it's going to go into the bank account from the cash account. And out of the cash account into the bank account. Pretty nasty question, this, because you've got to calculate the balances. So we'll do the balances. What we do is we total up the highest side. You can see the highest side is here. So I type equals sum, or you can, if you like, just click on this auto sum button up here. That will add it up. Highlight the cells you want to add. Close brackets. And that's the cash account, so we're going to put that on both sides. And here with the bank, actually I've done that but wrong. I should just do that down a cell. And into the bank, we total the high side. So if we were doing a balance, we'd have to balance both sides to the same figure. We see that that figure there doesn't add up to 1700 and that doesn't add up to 4100. So we've got to find out what the difference is. To do that, we go equals 410 minus the sum of these ones. So it tells us we've got 2,900 in our cash account. Had quite a big balance at the start. And in the bank account, the big number minus all the small numbers. All right, so we're sort of almost there, except what it said is we're going to put all but $100 from the cash account into the bank account. So that's 2,900. So we're going to take out of the cash account 2,800. And we're going to put that into the bank account. Right, so those two balance there. And the last line is we're going to go balance, which we're going to carry forward to the next month. We know that the cash has got 100 because we just worked that out. The bank account is going to be equal to right there. That task done. Good. Hopefully you kept up with me, and remember you can just rewind and play again just to get it right. Well done. Your next task is task 5, which is underneath, and we'll do that in the next video.